Good evening, I'm Amaya Norman, and thank you for joining us for 25 News Now at 10. A teen is hospitalized and another teen is arrested after a shooting at a Victoria apartment complex. Police responded to the 2500 block of Mockingbird Lane around 1:40 yesterday afternoon after reports of gunfire. When they arrived, they found a 17-year-old male with a gunshot wound. He was taken to the hospital by ambulance. His condition is still unknown. Around 8 tonight, police served a search warrant out at a house in the 500 block of North Brownson in the connection with the shooting. A 16-year-old male has been taken into custody and charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. He's being held in the Victoria County Juvenile Detention Center. Port Lavaca Police Department is excited to announce Little Cop in the Shop is back for its second year. This fun-filled event is the perfect way to explore local-owned businesses while connecting with your Port Lavaca Police Department. This event will start on December 2nd through December 23rd, all the way down to the Monday. How it works: every weekday morning, officers PRF will be dropped off at a secret location, which is a local shop, between 10 a.m. and 11:30 a.m. A clue to Officer PRF's location will be posted on the Port Lavaca Police Department Facebook page. Your mission is to find Officer PRF during regular business hours. And here is what you need to know. Locate Officer PRF based on the daily clue. Purchase an item from the shop and save your receipt. Bring Officer PRF your receipt to Port Lavaca PD before 5 p.m. Exchange them for an official PLPD gift bag and smile for a photo to be featured on our Port Lavaca Police Department Facebook page. Investigators are piecing together what led up to a mother and her little girl's death early Friday morning in Houston. Houston police are investigating a disturbance at an apartment complex in West Houston earlier this morning around 2:45 a.m. A family member flagged down officers, and upon arriving, they found blood at the scene. The victim's brother, covered in blood, was detained. Inside the apartment, investigators discovered the bodies of a woman possibly 25 to 30 years of age and her young daughter believed to be 2 to 4 years old.
They noticed that, including the information that they were given about the disturbance, they noticed that there was blood at the scene.
A motive behind the death has yet to be determined. No other details have been released at this time. Dozens of firefighters responded to a house fire in Houston on Friday, and 2 of them were hurt while battling the flames. Here are more of the details.
Oh my goodness!
Smoke billowing into the air like a column reaching for the sky. The thick black smoke seen across town, all coming from this home along Cindy Lane in Timber Grove Manor.
When the firefighters came, I asked them whether my house was on fire.
Adam Ahmad lives right next door to the home that was engulfed in flames. A Houston fire chief saying when fire crews were pulling out of the station, they already saw smoke. It took more than 30 firefighters to knock this fire down. 2 of them getting hurt here Friday night. One twisting his knee, the other being burned, but both are expected to recover. The fire starting in an AC system, according to the family who lives here.
Did you think that your home and maybe your neighbors were going to go up?
Well, my neighbor thought that probably mine and hers was going to go up.
This fire's so big and growing so quickly, firefighters actually putting hose right through Adam's home, and it's that he thinks helped save his home.
I think so. I think it definitely did.
Thankfully, the fire only scorching one side of his shed.
Houston firefighters working for hours, digging in every corner of this house, looking to find every last flame. But now the attention turns to this, a large CenterPoint Energy electric substation that was heavily damaged during this fire. Exactly how long will it take to repair?
He said that it's a very large job.
That's what a CenterPoint Energy worker told Adam, the utility company telling me that power should be back here by sunrise on Saturday morning. That's something Adam and his neighbors are willing to wait for, knowing their homes are still standing and their neighbors are alive.
I am so thankful. I cannot tell you how thankful I am.
I'm in Timber Grove. Gage Golding, KPRC2 News.
Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro signed a disaster declaration for Erie County Saturday, which has been buried by heavy lake effect snow. Shapiro says he has also called in the Pennsylvania National Guard to help stranded drivers. He's also urging people to stay off the roads. The snow has led to challenging travel conditions across the state, especially on Interstate 90, which has been shut down due to the weather. Over 30 inches of snow has fallen in Erie since Thursday night, and more snow is expected through the weekends. Now it's time to check in on our weather with First Warn Storm Team meteorologist Trey Mining. Trey.
Well, thankfully no snow around here, and we'll have comfortable temperatures in comparison to those folks there. 59 degrees currently here in Victoria. Feel like temperature at 59 degrees with winds almost calm this evening, and the dew points in the low 50s are continuing to be rather dry out there. But things are changing in the atmosphere, becoming more conducive for rainfall. There's a few rain showers in the Gulf of Mexico and a few rain showers in and around the region here, but not reaching the ground since it's simply so dry in the atmosphere. But the atmosphere is becoming more conducive to rainfall, but when will that be exactly for us? We'll take a look coming up in the full forecast. Amaya?
Thank you, Trey. The astronomical start of winter is weeks away, but the meteorological winter season begins on Sunday. The National Centers for Environmental Information says meteorological winter starts December 1st and lasts until February. However, astronomical winters defined by the Earth's position to the sun begins with the winter solstice on December 21st, the shortest day and longest night of the year in the Northern Hemisphere. Turning now to a holiday tradition in Cuero, where Christmas in the park is marking quite a milestone. The dazzling night display, started by longtime residents Sarah and Alton Myers, celebrates its 25th anniversary this year. Journalist Bill Clough takes us behind the scene with the Myers, who have helped make this beloved event a shining holiday staple for the community.
There's nothing like a Christmas birthday. Just ask Sarah and Alton Meyer. They started Cuero's Christmas in the Park. This year, it celebrates its 25th anniversary.
We had Turkey Fest in October. We needed something in Christmas time.
With an army of volunteers, they ran it until the mid-2000s, when the city took it over. It now covers 178 acres.
We got 275 to 300 scenes. We had 300 snowflakes. We got 30 pine trees, and we have about 25 deer. And on an occasional night, you might see a live deer walking through the park, but they like to come through and visit as well.
Sarah is the former mayor of Cuero for 14 years.
It has created a lot of fun. It has grown to well over 100,000 people coming through the park, and everyone in Cuero is excited about that.
But how do they know?
We asked them.
Is it paying for itself?
Yes.
Barely.
Work on the display begins in late September. The couple says everything will be ready for opening night.
A retired Texas judge who signed death row inmate Robert Robertson's execution warrant earlier this year has rescued herself from his case. To read this full Texas Tribune article, visit our website at crossroadstoday.com. For more on today's news story, come to crossroadstoday.com. Don't forget to submit your birthday wishes. Carolina Strawn and Parker Cox will read them live on 25 News Now Sunrise. You can also submit a local military hero so we can recognize them. A temporary power outage disrupts Philadelphia International Airport, affects multiple airlines. Coming up next.
Okay, on the outside, we see the winds becoming just about calm now, making it feel not so cold on the outside, thankfully. But the temperature is still on the cool side for tomorrow morning, then a warmer trend. Then the rain comes back into our area. Yay about that. Give you the details coming up in your forecast.
A temporary power outage caused major issues at Philadelphia International Airport this morning. The outage began at around 9 p.m. Friday night at one of the airport's terminal and affected several airlines, including United, Delta, JetBlue, Air Canada, and Alaska Airlines. The City Department of Aviation's Public Affairs manager said power was restored to the terminal shortly after 1:30 this afternoon, and all gates and ticketing computers were operating. Additionally, there were no flights cancellations. It is unclear what caused the outage. All other terminals had power.
Well, my flight was at 6 this morning, so I've been delayed twice. And the gate agents seem to think that I need to rebook for tomorrow, but I can't go back tomorrow. I need to go home today. So just waiting it out, trying to see what's going to happen.
What have they been telling you? Power outage?
Yeah, they're just on backup power right now, so they can't really do anything. So just trying to see when the power's going to come back.
And that leads us to our viewer poll for today. Did you experience any travel delays this holiday season? Yes, significant delays, no delays at all, or I didn't travel. And so far in the lead is 65% is I didn't travel. You can come to crossroadstoday.com/vote to participate. Let us know, and thank you for joining. President-elect Donald Trump has nominated Charles Kushner to serve as the next U.S. ambassador to France. Kushner's son Jared is the Trump son-in-law. Kushner was pardoned by Trump in 2020 after serving a prison sentence for a tax evasion conviction. In a post on Truth Social, Trump called Kushner a highly successful business leader who will, quote, be a strong advocate representing our country and its interest. Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau says that he had an excellent conversation with President-elect Donald Trump. Trudeau had dinner with Trump and a few members of his selected cabinet at Mar-a-Lago Friday night. The meeting came days after Trump promised massive hikes in tariffs on goods from Canada and Mexico starting on the first day of his administration. However, Trudeau did not say whether the two discussed tariffs. The New York Times has published a devastating email written by the mother of President-elect Donald Trump, pick for Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth. The email criticized her son's treatment of women. It was written in 2018. Penelope Hegseth tells her son, quote, I have no respect for any man that belittles, lies, cheats, sleeps around, and uses women for his own power and ego. You are that man and have been for years. And as your mother, it pains me and it bears me to say that, but it is what it is and it's sad truth, unquote. She encouraged her son to get some help. Hegseth is expected to face a tough sentence confirmation hearing. While he is a veteran, he's also a prior government experience and recently was a former Fox News host. He was allegedly involved in a sexual assault in 2017, but police never charged him. The World Health Organization says 90% of displaced people in Gaza are now living in tents, leaving them vulnerable to diseases and malnutrition going into the cold winter months. The WHO says that a year ago, almost everyone displaced by the war was sheltered in public buildings or by family members. 12 months later, the situation is catastrophic. The war between Israel and Hamas has pushed Gaza into a worsening and dangerous food crisis. Casco signature brand Kirkland's has issued a voluntary recall on the organic pasture-raised eggs. A voluntary recall has been issued for 10,800 units of 24 counts organic pasture-raised eggs potentially contaminated with salmonella. The eggs were distributed to 25 Casco stores in Alabama, Georgia, North Carolina, South Carolina, and Tennessee, starting November 22, 2024. The recall was triggered after eggs not intended for retail were mistakenly packaged for sales. There have been no reports of illnesses, and no other products are affected. Consumers should return the eggs to Costco for a refund or dispose of them. Experience our digital streaming service Crossroads Today Plus. Stream our daily newscasts and much more using your connected TV. Just download Crossroads Today Plus on your Roku, Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, or Android TV. Search Crossroads Today Plus.
Look at this, some rain is actually near the area, and this is just the beginning. Yes, talk about that coming up in your forecast. And good evening, everyone. Trey Mining here. And look at the rainfall. Yes, it's true. Rainfall just south of the Texas coast. A few sprinkles earlier and still currently north of Victoria, but not really reaching the ground. Our atmosphere is simply too dry for that. But this is a sign of things to come, a positive sign that we'll get some rain around here eventually, and I think we will. Why? Because of the low pressure area that's beginning to form near the Rio Grande Valley, see on the tail end of the old front. And it'll take a while to get there. It's going to be suppressed a little bit by the high pressure to the north, but it's going to wander around the Texas coast next couple of days and finally moving a little bit further to the north, coming up for your day on Sunday night into Monday, and giving us a good rain chance coming up for the middle part of the week, especially. And this low pressure area will not be moving too much over the next couple of days, so giving us a good rainfall chances. Not really happening today or tomorrow, but especially on late in the day Monday and through the rest of the time period of the week. So get your umbrellas out. We certainly do need that. Definitely a plus on that. You get a thumbs up in my opinion. We need the rainfall. We'll still deal with the cloudy skies the rest of the night tonight, making it feel not so cold as it was last night, to be in the 50s as opposed to the 40s we were this morning. So keeping that also in check a little bit. But a cool feel to the day tomorrow with a little bit warmer temperatures. I think we'll hit near 70 degrees before the day is over. Overall, Victoria, what's it looking like? Cloudy skies. Wake up at 9 o'clock in the morning, probably earlier than that actually, in the 50s. But 12 noon, 66, 67 degrees through 3 p.m. hour with cloudy skies all day long, keeping that overcast in. Quail, 58 degrees with temperatures in the mid to upper 60s coming up by 3 o'clock in the afternoon with light winds overall, east and northeasterly winds overall as well. Port Lavaca, cloudy skies all day long along the bayfront. Temperatures in the mid 60s for highs by 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And check this out, this is a good forecast in my opinion because of the cloudy skies. And coming up for the rain chances starting late in the day Monday, especially Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday as the low pressure area gets closer to us and just south of the Texas coast. For Wednesday and Thursday, giving us good rainfall chances by then. Slowly subsiding by Friday and Saturday with high temperatures in the 60s and 70s overall. 40s and 50s for the low, not anymore. 50s and 60s coming up for the next several mornings. So a little bit milder than we have been seeing overall. So get your umbrella out, keep it with you, especially on Monday. For the rest of the week with some good rainfall, maybe over an inch, maybe 2 inches in some parts of the Crossroads area before it's all said and done. We definitely do need that. It's soaking pretty nicely and giving us a little bit of a more moisture in the soil that we definitely do need. Overall tomorrow looking mostly dry, a few peaks of sunshine, but overall cloudy skies with highs near 70. And check this out right here. This is the QR code. Get your smartphone, scan the code you see right there. That'll take you to a web page. You can download our app, News, Weather, and Sports. At your fingertips, very easy, convenient, and free of charge to be connected with us. And speaking of sports, I see Ray Robinson over there.
Yes, you do, Trey. College Station was packed tonight as the Aggies hosted the Longhorns. See which team won this Texas Bedlam and more in sports. College football in the state of Texas is experiencing some war games. And maybe that was a wrestling reference. But anyway, the moment you've all been waiting for is here. Some Texas Bedlam to close out the regular season for college football. Longhorns taking on the Aggies in College Station. This game saw no one make a deep run, so talk about edge of your seat action. Both teams having a great defense throughout the game. Starting off with the Longhorns. In just a little bit, you'll see Marcel Reed here. Not one of his best games. He gets intercepted by Michael Taft. Plays like this should set the momentum, right? The Aggies still stood their ground, following it up with a great defensive series. So they didn't let it mess with them early on. This all happening in the first quarter, might I add. The Longhorns was able to get their rushing offense going as Quintervian Weisner opens it up for a 22-yard run, getting the first down. And the environment didn't really get to the Longhorns either. When you got a young QB, I think you guys know him pretty well, Arch Manning rushing for a 14-yard touchdown. The Longhorns having a far superior offense winning the game. Final score, 17-7. And here's an in-depth look into their opponent. The Georgia Bulldogs showcasing their battle-tested ability in some bed action of their own, taking on Georgia Tech. And Tech just seeming to have the upper hand to kick things off. Jackson Halls forces a first down for Tech, but King finishes the job here in a little bit. The Bulldogs continue to bury themselves in the deeper hole in the first half. Here in just a little bit, you'll see Beck, the QB for Georgia, throwing it to Dominic Lovett as he gains a 9-yard, but Saeed punches the ball loose, which would result in a turnover for the Bulldogs. This game went into 8 overtimes. 8, might I add. The second longest college football history overtime since overtime rules were implemented in 1996, So here's the big finale. The SEC, the Longhorns look to get their revenge against the Georgia Bulldogs. The stage is set. Both teams are still likely to make the playoffs. So, you know, we're all winners here. So make sure you tune in to catch the update on the game. Yours truly will be here to talk that and more. The fun action in Texas football was also apparent in the high school realm, and we're talking 2A football with Refugio taking on Grenado. Both teams from the crossroads. Grenado's Bryce Ullman, I've been covering him all week. He quickly finds Austin Pena. Just leave it to him to finish the job here in just a little bit. This game went on to be a low-scoring game. So talk about a change in standards for both teams, because I've seen both of these teams play in a lot of high scoring, but that wasn't the case for tonight. Senior Jordan King returns the favor for Refugio, running it home for a touchdown. Grenado was able to take the lead, and Ullman, in here just in a little bit, will hand it off to Logan Burris to score. Grenado won the game, final score, 14-6. I think y'all see the pattern here. A hard-fought victory, and here's a word from Coach Josh Irvin.
Yes, sir. Yeah, no, I think there was a ton, just watching it live, that we need to get better at. We made some mistakes that we got to be able to correct if we're going to keep moving on. But I tell you, man, I'm so proud of our kids. The way they battled through adversity throughout the night. They were put in bad spots because of turnovers or whatever it may be, and the defense held strong. And I'm just so proud of them.
And that does it for your sports. Tomorrow we'll hear from some other Crossroad teams who's in some playoff action this week. Amaya?
Thank you, Ray. The officers were eventually able to capture someone or something. See who it is coming up. A couple of police officers in Springville, Utah, chased a wayward suspect Thursday that had them squealing. The police department released this video showing the officer chasing a pig named Wilbert. At one point, you can see an officer dive onto the ground as he tried to catch the swine. The officer were eventually able to capture little Wilbert, with the police department calling him a, quote, Thanksgiving miracle for everyone in a shift. Wow.
How about that? Little Wilbur, huh?
Little Wilbur, oh my God, he was down, they just throw it away. But Wilbur was crossing the street, y'all.
Did he make bond?
Well, I don't know, but he did something. We're going to come back to Wilbur, but now we're going to toss it whether since time is running.
One thing about Wilbur, maybe some people will be able to get this little pun here. That's some pig. Think about where that comes from. Charlotte's Web. All right, let's take a look at the partly cloudy and mostly cloudy skies tomorrow. Highs near 70 degrees. Rain chances all week. Starting to lay the day Monday, lasting through the next several days and the next weekend, which is good for us because we do need the rainfall. And it looks like the chance will be pretty good as well. Temperature is pretty mild for highs, 60s and 70s. Maybe 80 degrees by your Thursday and ahead of the next front. Low temperatures, 50s and 60s coming up for the next 7 days as well. So after tomorrow, get your umbrellas out and keep them out.
Yes, after tomorrow. Make sure y'all get your umbrellas and stay safe. It's still a little cool. Don't wash your cars.
Good
no
advice.
pigs running across the street. Make sure you keep your animals in a cage. And I hope you guys have a great holiday. And thank you for joining us. We hope you will be with us for tonight for 25 News Now Weekend at 10.